Good evening from the Qtv newsroom. I am Maria Masani and thanks for joining us. First, the main local news headlines. The ambassadors of Malaysia and the Arab Republic of Egypt to the Gambia presented their letters of credence to President Barrow. At the opening of a joint national bridging workshop spearheaded by the WHO, the Minister of Health has called for more collaboration between government agencies, WHO and partners in the fight against deadly diseases. We learn what has happened to the Qtv Municipal Council initiative announced in 2019 to map and address streets and businesses in the Qtv municipality. NAWEC, in partnership with GBUS, on Monday held a forum to discuss the newly built information management system, which is part of the World Bank-funded Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project. And we hear about a 17-year-old kidney patient in urgent need of overseas treatment. At the end of this bulletin, we have details of 3 cases previously broadcast on Qtv where urgent medical treatment is still required. Those were our main headlines. Now the local news in detail. Stay with us. Two ambassadors of Malaysia and Arab Republic of Egypt to the Gambia on Tuesday met and presented their letters of credence to President Barrow. As Alucisa reports, they expressed readiness to strengthen bilateral ties between the countries and the Gambia.
Her Excellency Sazelina Zainul Abidin of Malaysia and Noha Ahmed Mahir Kadir of Arab Republic of Egypt arrived at the State House on Tuesday morning to present their letters of credence to President Barrow as ambassadors of their respective countries to the Gambia. Sazelina Zainul Abidin of Malaysia was the first to arrive to present her letters of credence. The government of Malaysia is considered as a true friend of the government of the Gambia, as the former had and continues to help the Gambia in the areas of trade and capacity building by offering both short and long-term trainings as well as scholarships to deserving Gambians and public servants. Sazelina Zainul Abidin, the new Malaysian diplomat, wants to enhance these existing areas of cooperation.
The areas of cooperation that we are looking at specifically between Malaysia and the Gambia are in terms of education. Not only in terms of higher education for university students, but also in the training of civil servants. I think for Malaysia we have an edge there. We want to share that expertise. We have been involved in the Gambia since the 1980s, training nearly 200 professionals in various areas, and we hope to continue this. We hope to up the game a bit and provide more training. I've already informed the Minister of Foreign Affairs about the scholarships that we are providing to the Gambia, and we are renewing that again for this coming year with the O-level students who have graduated.
Ambassador Abidin believes there is a great potential for the Gambia and Malaysia to cooperate in the areas of trade, tourism, and the hosting of the IC Summit in 2022. Next arrived at the State House was Noha Ahmed Mahir Kadir, the new ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt to the Gambia. The relation between the Gambia and Egypt dates as far as the days of the struggle for independence. The relationship has improved, with the Gambia receiving technical assistance in the area of provision of military equipment and training to the Gambia National Army, technical assistance to modernize the national television GRTS. Ambassador Kadir expressed delight at meeting the President as he renews her country's commitment to cooperate with the Gambia.
The relation between Egypt and the Gambia are very, very old and very strong, and they will always be. We only do is enhancing and finding new ways of cooperation, new areas. Egypt is here for the Gambia. Whenever we have an expertise, we are always happy to share it. And all what we do is to be here and to help Gambia in its process of development.
Talking about the issue of new areas of cooperation, what are some of the areas that you think Gambia and Egypt could cooperate in?
We are working closely together to define these areas. Certain things are very important, like the renewable energy and the energy in generally speaking. But we are working together to see what the Gambia needs and what we can do for that, and then we work together on achieving that.
The President is expected to receive letters of credence from more new ambassadors sent to the Gambia. Reporting for Qtv News, I am Alucisa.
The Minister of Health has called for more collaboration between government agencies, WHO and partners in the fight against deadly diseases. Dr. Ahmadullah Samata was speaking at the opening of a joint national bridging workshop spearheaded by the WHO. And Sumana Yesonyasi reports.
Addressing about 100 participants at the opening ceremony of this important joint capacity building forum aimed at bringing together human and animal health services in the country, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmadullah Samate, says it is important to have an all-inclusive approach in the fight against infectious diseases, hence the need for more collaboration between the WHO, government and partners, adding that intersectoral collaboration will help control diseases among animals.
The way things are, we know that various agencies are responsible for these aspects of health. And those agencies mainly have been working independently with very little collaboration. But I think we have started solving that problem in the sense that we have identified the need to collaborate. And that identification of the need to collaborate is part of solving that problem.
Underscoring the importance of such a forum, the WHO representative, Desta Turune, and Ame Fabure, the Minister of Agriculture, welcomed the initiative and urged participants, most of whom are experts from various public and private agencies, to share experiences that will complement national efforts to combat zoonotic diseases.
So it's very important that we work together in the two sectors, and I'm happy to see the professionals from the two sectors, both animal and human health, from national to subnational level to grassroots level, who are present here to discuss issues of common interest and come up with a sort of action plan that they will follow up.
Apart from the need to collaborate in directly enhancing food security, once again, it is being shown that the two institutions, that the Minister of Health and the Agriculture, need to be working more closely for a better human and animal health.
With a view to promote the practical steps and activities to develop and implement a joint national roadmap that will promote coordination and collaboration among animal and human health services, officials hope this 3-day forum will galvanize support for broader research, especially in promoting One Health policy. Tuesday's opening ceremony witnessed a presentation on COVID-19 transmission by Dr. Samila Jah. Ansmane Sonyasi for Qtv News.
We will take a commercial break. When we return, we continue with local news stories.
From an early age, we value the feeling of speed, the thrill of the wind as we rush to our destinations, the feel of our feet bounding over the ground, the way the world blurs as we rush by. Faster, faster than a ray of light, I'm flying. I have one speed, I have one gear. Keep on moving, I won't stop till I get there. Want to experience speed? Then subscribe to the Gambia's 4G LTE mobile network, QCell. With speeds of up to 45 megabytes per second, you can get online in the blink of an eye. The fastest browsing, stream videos faster, do much more faster. Just dial *335# to join the fastest club. QCell's 4G LTE mobile network. Go faster. For more information, call 111. QCell, Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back. Getting directions to a house or business can be a nightmare in many areas of the Gambia due to the lack of street addresses. In 2019, the Kanifing Municipal Council came up with an initiative to map and address streets and businesses in the Kanifing municipality. 2 years later, the initiative is yet to materialize. QTV's Gina Basonko finds out the reasons for the delay.
A functional addressing system is increasingly becoming critical for the management of the rapid growth in the Kanifing municipality, a sign of rapid urbanization. The lack of efficient and standardized addressing system in a country can affect proper planning as it affects the delivery of urban services as well as revenue generation by local government authorities such as the KMC. The Kanifing municipality's plan to come up with a proper mapping and addressing of streets, houses and businesses in 2019 was welcomed by many but is yet to materialize. Rather, trees, buildings and even abandoned shipping containers are often used as landmarks to give directions in the Gambia. The mayor of the Kanifing municipality blames COVID-19 and a lack of cooperation from stakeholders for the delay. The budget for the project, which is likely to cost $2 million.
Holders to a meeting. What we were trying to achieve is to see whether we can get pledges and contributions to get enough money to fund this project. Unfortunately, a lot of them came with the interest. However, most of them have board of directors, etc., and the bureaucratic process and decision making would actually take time. Secondly, I think a lot of businesses also are not as liquid to give out cash. So we went back to the drawing board and we're looking at the potential of selling sort of branding on street signs as a way. Unfortunately as well, that was not very popular. And then COVID came.
Despite the challenges the council says it is facing, certain developments have been made towards the project.
Over the past 2 years, we have done drone imagery. So we flew drones and we took the entire images of the municipality. So we have also put together a GIS addressing task force that is also responsible for overseeing this project.
He added that the council is looking into financing it on their own and looking at 2022 for implementation. Sekou Tarawale is part of the many Gambians who face the challenges of lack of street naming and numbering in the Gambia.
I think it's very important to elevate some kind of things in the Gambia because if you see in advanced countries we have such things there. A street like Karawa traffic lights should have a name. Like if somebody is coming from Senegal or other countries, if they reach to this place and then, the person may not know where is the Karawa traffic light. So automatically, it should have a signboard where the direction may direct that this place is Karawa traffic light. You understand?
There are serious consequences to not having a proper addressing system for the delivery of a range of council services. This include the police, fire and rescue services quickly arriving at scenes of accidents or emergencies, amongst others. Alpha Sumare, a Gambian, has been recently recognized by Google as local business champion guiding star among 50 other Google local guides for their instrumental contributions on Google Maps. Sumare has mapped so many places in Gambia and other parts of the world, which has gotten him 10 million views. The mayor says he would love to work with Alpha in future. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Songo.
The National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, in partnership with the Gambia Bureau of Statistics, GBAS, on Monday held a forum to discuss the newly built information management system, which is part of the World Bank-funded the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project. Yahya Jawa tells us more.
The $6.5 million Boka IMS project will see the beginning of a 6-month data collection exercise across the country to be jointly handled by NAWEC and GBOS, costing $21 million. Matar Manjang, the coordinator of the Boka IMS project, highlighted the importance and benefits of the data collection exercise and called on the public to help provide correct and reliable information to those collecting the data.
Up and running, you'll be able to receive your bills through emails. It will also help us provide subscribed customers to be an option of viewing their accounts online. The people will now have access to their accounts online, which will create more control to their consumptions, and it will also going to create transparency. The data collected also will help us to be able to communicate to customers on real-time basis. Like if customers do their payments, now they'll be able to receive payment confirmation through the numbers that they provided to us.
The Deputy Statistician General of GBOS, Aliu Saho, thanked NAWEC for awarding them the data collection exercise contract. He went on to highlight the significance of the data collection in information gathering and how the exercise will be conducted.
Without data, I don't think there could be any planning in any part of the world. And I think NAWEC requires this information to improve what they're doing, the service provisions for the general public, with electricity, water, as well as services generally provided in this country. So we're urging the public to really help in terms of giving access to the field staff, to their premises, to the NAWEC assets as said by Matar, be it the electricity meter or as well as the water meter. Also, other questions will be asked regarding services in the country, not only peculiar to NAWEC services, but generally services in the country, internet, refuse collection, among others.
Nani Juara, the managing director of NAWEC, says this project is under component 3 of the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project JAM. He added that NAWEC is committed to ensuring the successful implementation of the project, as he also asked the public to be cooperative throughout the exercise.
This project is of great importance to NAWEC, and let me say for the country as well, because the exercise that we are about to embark on, which is data collection, is going to create an opportunity for NAWEC to have reliable data for our reporting requirements, both internally and also to meet the requirements of our customers. So to me as the MD, and also for the project team, I believe the success of this project will hinge on the following: that when we have accurate billing data, we have improved quality of electricity supply or water supply based on the services that we provide to our customers, and also our ability to respond to our customer queries and faults that might be reported to us on time.
This project, which expands the scope of the parent JAM, aims to improve the operational performance of NAWEC, which provides electricity and water services throughout most of the country. Yahya Jao, QTV News.
We will take a commercial break. When we return, we continue with more local news.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Ismaila Silla, a 17-year-old boy living in Pirang in the West Coast region, is in need of urgent medical attention for a kidney transplant. Lolly M. Kamar has more.
According to the medical report issued by the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, dated 7 October 2019, Ismaila Silla is suffering from kidney problems and needs urgent medical treatment overseas. Ismaila was admitted at Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital on 29 June 2019, complaining of facial puffiness, anorexia, vomiting and headache. He is currently on hemodialysis 3 times a week via arteriovenous fistula. Fatoumata Danso, Ismaila's mother, explains to QTV that the family have tried all possible means to secure a sponsor, but to no avail.
Inane musangi sabati kidney problem wa yamuta inane musangi sabati mba boring kan.
Ismaila is my son. He has been suffering from this sickness for 3 years now. We first saw that his body was swollen, and we tried the local treatment that took 7 days without improvement. Then we decided to take him to MRC, and that's when we discovered that he has a kidney problem. He was referred to Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital because his blood was also low. He was then given 4 pints of blood. Her mother added that despite making several efforts, they could not get a sponsor.
Million killing Willie Keme. Iba Mari Sambalaji. Bi was sembo $10.
He needs 1.5 million to be treated in India. Family members, neighbors, and loved ones have all tried with the fares and medical bills and drugs. But he is sick for a long time, and we are not getting much help now. This is why we reach out to QTV for a wider audience to seek help. Bakali Lucilla, the patient's father, also has this to say.
Bari uli yakata baki, muli yakata. Alunga siponso nyini dula jamala fanato.
The family have tried to look for sponsors from different places. It was days ago that we were told to go to QTV and explain our situation. But the treatment is hard because sometimes We buy the dialysis on our own. There was a time we even met Dr. Samate, the Minister for Health, about his situation. We have to buy the dialysis, which is costing $4,500 a week.
Ismaila Silla, the patient, has an ambition to finish school.
I made a work car conundrum thing. In Dofan, not for Sanji Sabasi, Sayalo Badawaral, and you left Delphana Kalang Pulina Jim.
We have looked for sponsors everywhere, but no opportunity yet. I just want to be treated and go back to school because I stopped at grade 9 at Islamic school. I am appealing to the government, philanthropists, and anyone who can help me to go overseas for treatment.
If anyone would like to assist, please contact QTV to help Ismaila Silla. Please write to news@qtv.gm. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
Update on medical appeals. In the last few months, we have brought to our viewers attention stories of patients needing urgent medical treatment, sometimes abroad. We would like to thank those viewers who have donated generously so far. However, in addition to Ismaila Silla, the following people are still seeking urgent medical help. Here are those patient details, including date of the original broadcast.
On the 6th of January, we brought you the story of Fatumata Njai, a 31-year-old woman residing in Bakau who is seeking medical assistance for overseas treatment. According to her medical report, issued by the Sharab Medical Center, she is diagnosed with bilateral renal stones on both kidneys. According to the medical report dated 2nd of January 2021, the patient was first seen by doctors in November 2016. After examination, she was referred to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, where she received treatment on her left kidney. After several follow-ups, the hospital found that the best option for the patient is to seek overseas treatment. On the 12th of January, we brought you the story of 24-year-old Pasamba Jau. He has been diagnosed with a kidney disorder that needs urgent overseas treatment. Pasamba has been battling with this kidney disorder since 2016, just after graduating from high school. He suffers from what is called nephrotic syndrome, a kidney disorder that causes the body to pass too much protein in the urine. Samba's condition has now reached the final stage of the condition, and doctors say he requires urgent overseas treatment because he requires a kidney transplant, and he currently depends on dialysis. Samba aspires to be a business management major at the University of Gambia, but his condition has made this dream futile since he graduated from high school. On 15 January, we brought you the story of 4-year-old Ami Silla, who has been diagnosed with a kidney disorder, sepsis, and sickle cell disease, and needs urgent overseas treatment. Ami Silla has been battling these 3 life-threatening health conditions since birth. Nephrotic syndrome is a kidney disorder that causes the body to pass too much protein in the urine. Sepsis is a condition that arises when the body's response to infection causes injury to its own tissues and organs. And sickle cell anemia or sickle cell disease is a genetic disorder of the red blood cells. Doctors say Ami now requires overseas treatment to survive these 3 multiple serious conditions.
If you are able to help any of these patients, please contact QTV News by email at news@qtv.gm. Before we end this bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main stories. The ambassadors of Malaysia and the Arab Republic of Egypt to the Gambia presented their letters of credence to President Barrow. At the opening of a joint national bridging workshop spearheaded by the WHO, the Minister of Health has called for more collaboration between government agencies, the WHO and partners in fight against deadly diseases. We learned what happened to the Kanifing Municipal Council initiative, announced in 2019 to map and address streets and businesses in the Kanifing municipality. NAWEC, in partnership with GBOS, on Monday held a forum to discuss the newly built information management system, which is part of the World Bank-funded the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project. We heard about a 17-year-old kidney patient in urgent need of overseas treatment. At the end of this bulletin, we have included details of 3 cases previously broadcast on QTV where urgent medical treatment is still required. That's all we have for you in this edition of the QTV News. Do stay tuned to enjoy the rest of our programs. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.